Yeswa,
Iron Lady Records, sweet sound.
Patwa Bagobo, Nakusanu Patwa Bagobo, Patwa Bagobo, Musabelenu, Patwa Bagobo, Patwa Bagobo, Musabelenu, Patwa Bagobo, Patwa Bagobo, Patwa Bagobo, Happy to Freeman, Nebuzalwe, Patwa Musabelenu, my boy, Patwa Bagobo, Station number 7, Patwa Bagobo. What you are, Kiome, Matingo man, Mano. Let us join together and build this street number 7.
We buy cancel bow. Boy, ne set up on Kanu Padua, Kanu Padua, Kanu Padua, Boy, ne set up on Yekuye kagugu, Yesu sami serende makwan owa kaya. The radio station top ano, kone sedo kombo. Koene kanu padua kakasogo mumutamlo. Kanu padua kango tere.
Muna kedi motanyola. Ayana. Awe, Musabelite. Ilaja uye wonubalwe. The prophet. Jerry Yagawe Tayamwe.
Baba Duramo. Zoza, watu agbagwe. Ade Musabelite Duramo. Yenula, the senator for the queen. Zoza kwaduata. Bibita menu. Dodo mesalie. Kanu kwadu agbagbo. Yanu yes.
One bridge, and every bridge they build will build 2 more bridges. When it takes any rule, and you take the challenge, I'm challenging Senator Moe. Let me call your name. I'm telling you, if you build 5 miles of road in Bongani, I will build 20 miles of road. He is the man who is sitting down over. Listen to this. Every year we divide money. The legislature is the one that can say, get the money. Not tell the one y'all go do this. Not tell the one y'all go do this. Last year, 2024, the legislature divided $800 million. Senator Moe was one of the person that was sitting on top of that decision as Ways and Means chairman. The thing you bring to your country, somebody can bring that one, then you won't for that person. This year again, another 800 million. So for the last 2 years since President Bouaga became president, Liberia has approved $1.6 billion. How much of that money did you see in Bangladesh? How much of it you see in Bangladesh? When you believe it, when somebody tell you that the person that is dividing that money is one of yours, then you want to fight somebody who comes to your door, and then you make it to lawyer that your farm and went to. Bangladesh is not your farm. One bridge, and every bridge they build will build 2 more bridges. When it takes any rule, and you take the challenge, I'm challenging Senator Moe. Let me call your name. I'm telling you, if you build 5 miles of road in Bongani, I will build 20 miles of road.
Okay, our father, the liberator, the fix, the CMC political party. Hold on. Keep quiet. The people of district number 4, to be specific, the youth wing, women, and every good human being from all sorts of background have come today to receive you, to welcome you in our district. We believe in your political fit. We believe in your workings. And we know that your presence and contesting this election make a big difference in our country. The euphoria is all building. I will know the real time will come when the iron is heated and we're spreading the way it's going. As the grassroots will show you that in district number 4 you have a root. If you should brag about any district, brag about district number 4. And the reason district number 4 live up for you. We have a foundation there, and we must protect what we have there. As a secretary for the youth, even though I'm above you age, but we have to get the sacrifices until the time comes. I will now reduce my height to invite the chairman of the youth for district number 4, Mr. Henry.
Chairman is about to elaborate, yo.
Mombre que zinwa, que serewa, mage kwale o. Ma obita ya jeno gberea, emo wele gberea. Oh, jeno gbara gberea. Ma kingbe ko wigare. Ni ma mi oge, ni ma mi oge,
So, good evening, folks. Welcome this evening to BKS TV, and welcome to the Heat Hour program here on BKS TV this evening. On the Heat Hour, we say dialogue and not confrontation. We say words and not bullet. In today's edition of the show, we will be hosting Honorable Musa Hassan Belite, the representative of Electoral District 7, Nima County. He's also the political leader of the Citizen Movement for Change in Liberia. He will be our guest here tonight on the show. And of course, we will be discussing national politics here basically on the show. We want to say kudos to Voice of Tapeta relaying the show this evening in Tapeta City, Nima County. Troop FM in Sekle Pier 2 is also relaying the show here this evening. Radio BKS in Butu Town, Nima County is also relaying the show here too as well. Again, folks, if you're just joining us, we ask you to stay with us, keep listening as we are here tonight for you. And it is because of us too that you are always there. So we'd like to welcome all of you to the show here this evening. Henry T. Toad Jr. is watching us this evening from his Corwell residence in Monrovia. He said thanks for the update to our country. Henry, you're welcome. Please help us to share the show with somebody and invite somebody to listen alongside you here this evening. Again, like we said on the show, we'll be hosting Honorable Musa Hassan Belite, the political leader of CMC, and also a representative of Electoral District 7, Nima County, will be our guest here tonight on the show. And we are anticipating a really, really mouth-watering show here tonight. Honorable Belite will be joining us any moment from now. And once he does that, we will dive strictly into today's edition of the Heat Hour program here on BKS TV. Again, on the Heat Hour, we say dialogue and not confrontation. We say words and not bullets. My name is Junior Payne, the regular host of the show. My brother Siawete Zogia Tua is in the back already. Therefore, we will be going to Siawete very shortly. But let's bring you some little bit of updates from Monrovia, Liberia. The Supreme Court of Liberia has issued a writ commending all parties involved in the ongoing legal battle surrounding the controversial Bapolu County Diamond case to appear before the full bench of the High Court on Monday, October 13, 2025 at 10 a.m. According to the court document signed by Councillor Sam Mumulu, clerk of the Supreme Court, the parties summoned include His Honor J. Boyman Kato, assigned Circuit Court Judge of the 6th Judicial Circuit Court of Maserati County, the Sheriff of the Civil Law Court, and Private Respondent T. David Sulwat and Abraham Kamara, holders of Class C mining licenses, along with their affiliate mining entity operating in Smithtown, Baman District, Babulu County. You know, this diamond thing has been one of the long case in Liberia. But again, you know, the law takes time, but it definitely works in the interest of the party who deserve it. So Monday, next Monday, those involved will be appearing before the High Court. And an update from them will come on the show here to let you know about that. Still at the national scene, the government of Liberia is taking steps to improve the performance of national football team, the Lone Star. Foreign Minister Sarah Beslow Yanti has secured an agreement with Sabi for a coach to be sent to Liberia. The moves follow concern over the team's poor results and dispute about coach's salary. The Liberia Football Association welcomed the plan. LFA President Mustafa Rajib praised Minister Yanti and promised full cooperation with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Youth and Sports. While in Sabi, Minister Yanti also signed agreement on sports education, trade, and security. Sabi pledged not only to send coach, but also to support athletic training schools, school sports, and possible creation of a sports academy in Liberia. That's from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs here this evening. Today, a lady was caught traveling with tramadol. The Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency arrested her And while she was traveling, when I tell you the way the woman was transporting the drugs, the video that I saw on the Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency page, she placed the drugs in a container of red oil, 5 gallon container of red oil, and she filled the container up. She dropped the tramadol inside, wrap it up in plastic, and drop it in a container. I got shocked when I saw it. I was like, wow, dealers have so many senses when it comes to transportation of drugs, which is bad. We have the laws, but I don't know what is going on. I don't know what is going on. Arrests are being made, awareness are being made on a daily basis, but still people not learning from their mistakes. I don't know what is going on. But again, folks, if you're just joining us, we'd like to welcome you to the Heat Hour program here this evening on BKS TV. Sekou Kane watching us this evening. Sekou, welcome to the show here. This evening. Honorable Musa Hassan Belete will be the guest here tonight, and he will be joining us very, very shortly so that we can discuss national politics. You know, this entire Rick Monroe currently in Nima, supporters of honorability are saying he's been targeted by the vice president. Honorability too has also confirmed that he said his businesses have been targeted by the vice president. Coupled with that too, a lot of political developments recently in Nima. We're going to be asking him all of the questions here tonight on the show. And we are hoping and praying that our panelists will be joining us too very shortly before honorability comes in studio. Paul Jala is watching us this evening from Boston, USA. Paul, good evening. How you doing this evening, my chief? Welcome to the show. Please help us to share the show with somebody too as well. Let's go for this break. Representative Musa Hassan Belete was recently in Bond County. And when he was there, he spoke to citizens of Bond County. And this is what he said.
One bridge, and every bridge they build will build 2 more bridges. When it takes any road, and you take the challenge, I'm challenging Senator Moy. Let me call your name. I'm telling you, if you build 5 miles of road in Bongani, I will build 20 miles of road. He is the man who is sitting down over. Listen to this. Every year we divide money. The legislature is the one that can say, get the money. Not tell the one y'all go do this. Not tell the one y'all go do this. Last year, 2024, the legislature divided $800 million US. Senator Moy was one of the presidents that was sitting on top of that decision as Ways and Means chairman. The things we bring to your country, somebody can bring that one, then you won't for that person. This year again, another 800 million. So for the last 2 years since President Boga became president, Liberia has approved 1.6 billion US dollars. How much of that money did you see in Bangladesh? How much of it you see in Bangladesh? When you believe it, when somebody tell you that the person that is dividing that money is one of yours, then you want to fight somebody who comes to your door, and then you make it to lawyer that your farm and went to. Bangladesh is not your farm.
Politics. Bond County is not your farm. And Musa Hassan Belete challenging Prince Moy of Bond County for his developments in Bond County. He's saying that if Moy paved 5 kilometers of road, he would pave 20. Development. But again, if you're just joining us this evening, we'd like to welcome you to the show. Sidiki Tori, as always, Sidiki is here. Sidiki, how you doing, my brother? Welcome to the show. Carmon Kamara, he's watching us from Bankudu Town, Lofa County. Carmon, welcome to the show this evening. Please help us to share the show with somebody. Let's go straight to my brother Siawete Zoget Tour. Sewete, good evening and welcome to the show this evening. How you doing, Chief?
Well, I'm doing good, Junior. Um, it's a pleasure to be back on the show, and good evening to the people of Tapeta, the people of Zoge, and the people of Sekle Piema. Our show is being relayed tonight on three, biggest platform tonight: Radio Tapeta, Radio 2FN Sekle PA, and then Radio Tapeta. So obviously now we are exploring now because the news had to hit the people of Nima first before we start to hit Morovia pretty soon. Hopefully by next week or a week from now, we will also be joining. We'll also be hitting Morovia. So at least by then, our coverage now will be widely listened to. So that's the essence, of our of our show. Like we said, words but not bullet. Tonight will be a firing show. The head of the CMC and the representative of district number 7 will be here. As a matter of fact, there are training issues in the country. So he will be here to address, and we'll ask him those questions. As a political person, he will also address them. So, I also praise God that this day is gradually going to an end, that God allow us to see this day. So, it's a pleasure to be back. That's the first thing. We the inland people, we don't leave that behind. So I'm grateful to God to be back here. And thank you too for holding the ground.
Thank you, Sewete. Let's hear you what's on your mind this evening, Chief.
Well, what's on my mind? Actually, there are a lot of training issues in the country. The first thing is that I'm concerned. I'm still concerned as to the status of the rape case regarding the suspended deputy minister.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I may be corrected as to what's the status of the case, and I'm yet to understand because, our jurisprudence, you people who understand the legal side probably will make us to understand, but from my layman understanding, from what I know, if they say, rape case is a non-bailable crime, I think the statute of that law is very clear that once you are even being accused and there have been some facts established and there have been some admittance and stuff, the person got to be in the custody of the police. So up to now, the law is still being interpreted as it is. So waiting for DNA, and the frustrating part is that a few weeks ago, a guy raped a same 14 years old from agriculture, and that person was apprehended directly, sent to South Beach. So my thing is, Liberia is not just unique. This kind of conversation is not unique to us as generation, because those are not a good precedent. Because for me, I got girls, children. I won't sit for those kind of thing. I being that kind of position is saddening, because seeing those kind of thing happening is a threat to our society. Because a man, because his position is, I think, Deputy Minister for Youth Development. So I don't know, is that the development he's doing with a minor? So it's just unfortunate that in our country, when it reached to a certain level of people, the law start to bend, then there are justification. It's quite unfortunate. And the police, if it was not the pressure from the civil society and women grouping, but now we are not getting any update. And it is why it is up to now. It's very, very frustrating that up to now people will be looking for DNA result. Why is that? So pressure grew, civil society, and my disappointment is also with even the civil society or the women solidarity. I mean, I don't know where the women solidarity come in Liberia when there's certain people, they raise the bar, but when it's certain people, mind you, if that case were one of those ministers or directors in government, that case would have been put to bed a long time. But as it is, I mean, it's just unfortunate. So for me, that's really on my mind, and I'm really discouraged about how the police is proceeding. But it should not be so. It's not a good precedent for our country, because we cannot be fighting against those kind. The reason why Madam Sedi, put on these integrated those institutions is to provide, comprehensive and aggressive action towards those kind of acts. But if those if those kind of things keep repeating, I think people, because if that means there are classes of rape now. So that means if the guy is not properly looked at, then there are classes of rape. From what I've listened to and read, I think the police is telling us that the scope of the crime. So you ought to know the law side. I know which one they call the scope of the crime. So I don't know whether they are serial rape, and they get the on serial rape. That's what we're trying to understand. So, but in all, I mean,
rape case, rape is just a rape. Once it has been proven that the person was being tampered with, and they have been, let's say, the prima facie of the crime, I think the perpetrator or the suspect should be in custody before.
Because when you say, because the argument is the law, the current rape law, the same way the just law now is becoming a non-bailable crime. Why is true? I don't know whether it has taken effect, but for the father, because law, from what I understand, once the law is passed and is being implemented, there are precedent. So there are being a whole lot of precedent along the way. So even regardless of your status, once you are being pronounced rape, the first thing should be apprehended. Then that shows it bring about seriousness to the case. I think from my understanding, from a layman understanding, when they say that classification or that particular statement or that nomenclature, I think it clearly states about apprehension while they investigating you, but then they are attaching all those things on it. So as it is, I mean, that's it. And I'm sorry that I was not on the show these 2 days when we also, when you guys were discussing the issue of the Chief Justice. But good to know that at least, he was able to, his son was able to resign. For me, in my mind, not like his son is not qualified, but I think for expedience sake, it was important.
No, for me personally, I think his son is not qualified.
No, that's not even the argument. The law is silent. You see, no, I don't want you to argue that, Gian.
I'm not arguing that. I'm not arguing that, right?
Yeah.
There are fews in the world that even if there is no law attached to it, let's say for the sake of humanity, you will not take an engineer and go make him nurse aid. That's impossible. The law is not written in foreign language. It is written in our own language and our own layman understanding. But not everybody can interpret it. Now, like you see the case with this little girl who was tampered with, Brian McGill alleged rape case. If you had the Chief Justice's son, who is a junior student in law school, serving as assistant magistrate, and then this case is before him, how do you expect him to interpret the law? Say, let's be fair with it, Tiana. So if the law is blind on it, so it means they should go take somebody from Broad Diala who didn't go to law school and they made an assistant magistrate.
Because
the law is blind on it.
You didn't listen to my argument, right? You should give me the opportunity to let my thought before.
Okay, let me give you the opportunity.
Like I said, I'm in no way in support of the Chief Justice, appointing his son as an associate magistrate. But for me, I love to be very authentic and sometimes being to the point. As a matter of fact, the law is silent on that position. Stabbing direct magistrates are people who go to law school or law school, like I don't know how they call it, GAPS school or how you call it there, Temple of Justice School there. And then people who go to Louis Arthur Grant School of Law or other law schools that got credential in law, they can be stabbing direct magistrate. Associate magistrate, the law does not in any way, and you can be a law student, you can be practicing or whatsoever, or maybe by apprenticeship, maybe under the law. But my argument is the Chief Justice, being the Chief Justice, honor his gavel to preside and supervise his son. To me, in my mind, because it's a critical case, is very critical. So the brother is still in school. What's the urgency of the man being a magistrate at this point? So sometimes expediency does not call for law. That's for me. That's my point. Expediency is very important. Why is it President Bouaka not even appointed any of his children? Because their performance, in the government now, they got what they call performance appraisal. So how do you appraise your own son when he's not performing? Will you dismiss him? Will you come down hard the same way you are dispensing on other judges or magistrates? So on the overall, for me, the gentleman did well by resigning. I think he have a bright future, like he put it, to focus on his school. And in the future, the name basically now is a hustle need in the country. He still got future, so there's no need. Once he graduate, as a matter of fact, he's opportune to get a job. Probably it might not be under his father regime, but it was not because he was not to work, but the capacity for which he was going to serve. That's what make it, the issue of conflict of interest and also nepotism and all of that, brother. That's why even in public service, when you, for example, you go to governance commission, they will tell you very clear. Those anti-graft institutions, for example, like let's assume governance commission, people goes there, you got commission, the chairman, you got 4 commissioners plus the chairman, they are 5. On the bench, on that bench, 2 candidates does not represent. So that's why only 1 person, even the judiciary, as a matter of fact, people only represent one at a time from a county. So I mean, there's no need you Chief Justice, your son be judge, this, that. No. But those justifications were poor. Setting example on the Packlins, setting example on these people. No, you are carrying on refund to the judiciary. Why is it very fast? Why is it very fast? So for me, thank God at least he was able to, listen to other citizens, good citizens. They say wise man changes. So because it was too early to do that. So it's good. So we are with our guests. I don't know why up to now our guests are not come.
He will be joining us shortly. According to him, he's on the highway. He arrived.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he will join us very, very shortly. So, see, I would say for me, I wasn't looking at the side of nepotism, conflict of interest. I wasn't looking at that side. My only fear was, what if this assistant magistrate who has not graduated from law school, is charged with the responsibility to hear a case, and this man misinterpret the law? Now, why you see, even if you graduate from law school, they don't just take you to make you lawyer. They don't just admit you to the bar. They don't just tell you go and be magistrate. They don't just tell you to go and be county attorney. They don't tell you to just go and be a judge. You firstly have to go and sit the bar. Now, your competency within the bar exam will tell us whether or not you are really prepared for this. That's what makes the bar exam very unique as compared to other national exam, like the physician board exam, the nurses exam, and all of that. So if you take this man who didn't graduate from law school, put him there, and unfortunately, he's supposed to hear a rape case, and the law says the person should go to jail for maybe 5 years and above, then they may sentence the person to 3 years in prison. Now, he will not be questioned because the victim themselves, they don't know the law. And that thing might be happening in a place that even the council there will not want to speak truth to authority. And it will just stay like that. So that was my only fear. But if he has graduated from law school, he's appointed, I mean, I will not consider any nepotism. Once he's qualified, it's okay to me. But once he's not qualified, then it becomes my own question. But I listened to the chief justice. He said,
But the resignation was not on the basis of law. that's the thing.
Yeah, that I say. He said the law is silent on it, which is true. But in your layman understanding now, even if the law is silent on it, so if that would be a precedent. Now, if you said that precedent and that chief justice that will come, he go take a nephew, a cousins, and can place them there who didn't go to law school, then you see the justice system now, it get messed up. Yeah, messed up because the law is silent on it. It doesn't mean that it's the right.
But the good thing about this government, I must applaud them, is that at least they listen to the code of public opinion. That is very important because they say the will of the people is the will of God. That's why in the Constitution of the Republic of Liberia, it says the power is inherent in the people. And as a matter of fact, we are the people. So it's good that, the president will always listen to it. With no form of, favor for the government, but I think to some extent, they have taken some, drastic action against even corrupt officials, people. They step for the fact that corrupt officials are suspended. We did not see it in other regime. I must admit, people who look, this president has suspended people that are very close to him, that had long-standing relationship with him. But he made those decisions on the basis of what expediency 1, 2 for good governance and the rule of law. That's why you go and exonerate yourself. You come back once you are clear from the court. It left with the president to appoint you or not. Under this regime, the president has suspended uncountable senior government officials, and some are closely and squarely connected to him. You see the likes of the guy from LTA, James Momo. The list are many. People who did not adhere to the the asset declaration. Their salary were put on hold, and those salaries were used currently as we speak. They are being fabrication of chairs for students. So I think in my mind, the government, they could not be 100%, 80%, but to some extent, the issue of rule of law and setting precedent for corrupt officials, people, even in a great United States or where there are corruption, but Liberia for us, it is almost like it's a normal thing. It's a normal culture for us in Liberia. So for that level, I think we must also applaud the government for those steps, because there are deterrents. Deterrents are being set to a lot of people. If there will be corruption in other entity at that level, there will be some, it will be minimal. The issue of corruption, you cannot eradicate at all level, but at least to some point we will have, corruption will be minimized. But so from that point, the government and President Bouaka is standing tall on that. That's why series of suspension are being done. I listen to people, the man is not dismissing. The first thing too we need to look at is everyone has the fundamental right under the law. For example, Jion, you are a young man. They accuse you today. They say, Jion stole from LBS. Where? They fire you. The first thing in your work experience is now a good repetition for you as a young person. Another thing is sometimes some of these things, audit, the way people look at audit in Liberia is quite different. People feel that once they audit you, then you corrupt at that point. That's why when they audit you, when the report come out, they sent you to LACC, how they call it, when the audit report come out, LACC come in, and then maybe they file you to court. And we don't have special last court for corruption and all of that. That's why you see they say criminal code. I know criminal code A, B. The entire country relying on these courts. You as a lawyer, how many files will you deal with within a period? And those are procedures. So sometimes when people are accusing, oh, the old man he just suspending. But people who are even carrying on this argument, are they the rightful people to carry on this argument? No. Those are people who stole, people were sanctioned, people were involved into a lot of things. Once they say they remain there until after the 6 years. But in less than 18 months, this president, under his watch, he makes sure once audit report comes out or there are corruption cases, he makes sure he gets you suspended. Sometimes without pay, and you go to exonerate yourself through the court. So this is the kind of Liberia we want, the path, this trend. That's what we need. Because our law, our fundamental rights also need to be protected. So that's another point.
I agree with you 100% on that one. This is one of the things that I appreciate President Boakai for. He doesn't wait for the, let's say, the case hearing or the final ruling to be out first. Once you've been alleged, he firstly take you from the office because he feel like you serving in that position, and maybe you are a minister, and then they allege that you raped somebody's daughter, and you are going to the police station. That intimidation might be there when the new minister is on you. So firstly, they have to suspend you for that period of time, and then you go to face justice. And I think he's doing it across the board without fear and favor. I appreciate him for that. But it's going to be a really, really hard journey, like you said before, on a couple of occasions. That Liberia, as old as Liberia is, starting with issues like bread and butter within the country, it makes the leadership very difficult. But he has made commitment to the Liberian people that Liberia will never be the same again. So I must give it up to him for that too as well. But again, folks, if you're just joining us this evening, you're listening to the Heat Hour program here on BKS TV. On the Heat Hour, we say dialogue and not confrontation. We say words and not bullets. We will go for Vic's musical break, and when we come back, we will be ushering our guest, Honorable Musa Hassan Belete, in the studio. Please keep tuned and keep listening to us.
Iron Lady Records, sweet song.
Africa Freeman, Negus on the way. What was up there, my boy, eh? Patwa Bangabo, Station number 7, Patwa Bangabo. What a you are, Kiome, Mazingo man, Mano. Let us join together and build this street number 7.
We buy cancel bow. When they set up can you do can you station top no con ese do combo moene kanu padua takasogo mutamdo
Anu, watu wa bango tere, tere.
Mule kedi motenyo la. Ayana. Awe, Musa Berete. Ilaja udie wonu balwe. The prophet, Jerry Yagawe, Tayamwe.
Baba Nuramo. Zoza, watu wa bango Anu Musa Berete Nuramo. Yenula.
Oh yes, Honorable Musa Belete Nuna Padua Bango. And so the honorable man is in the back already. We'll be bringing him on very, very shortly so that we can have the conversation ongoing here tonight. We are relay on Voice of BKS in Butuo Town, Nima County. We are also relay on Voice of Tapeta in Tapeta City, Nima County. And we are also relay on Truth FM, Vex Evening. So we like to recognize all of the stations that are relaying the show here tonight. With us will be Honorable Musa Hassan Belete, the political leader of CMC, and also the representative of Electoral District 7, Nima County, will be the guest here tonight on the show. Honorable Musa, if you are listening to us, please turn on your camera. Let's bring you on. I'm told that you are a little bit busy today, so we will be with you just for a few maybe 1 hour, 30 minutes, and we can call it a day. Madam Lorena, how you doing this evening? Welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm doing good.
It's great having you on here. While we are waiting on our Musa to enable his camera, let's hear you what's on your mind this evening, ma'am.
As always, would just like to say thanks to our many listeners in Radio Land. Thanks for always following the show. And to our viewers on Facebook and YouTube, thanks for watching. Thanks for using your time, your internet, your data to watch. It is because of you that we are here. And what's on my mind is the issue of Honorable Alexander Benedict Cummings. He had an appearance last night with our sister station platform Spoon, and he spoke on a lot of things. And in my mind, he sounded very mature. He spoke as a mature person. Mature in a sense, I'm not talking about age, I'm not talking about experience. But people think when you are in opposition and you discussing national issue, you should be insulting the next person, your opponent. You should say things that will tear them apart. And he didn't say that. He didn't do any of those things. And he was very objective, and saying the government has done some good things, and why some things are still challenging, and why some things are nowhere. And he was also saying what would he do as a president. However, he didn't say how he will fight corruption if he's a president. He didn't say that. And I think the structure of any opposition political party is what will appear when they come into power, when they become a government. So those things that you will do when you are elected must already be in your part of your structure. That's what I think. One. And another thing is that all of us need to learn from his message last night is that we can disagree with people respectfully instead of insulting them, instead of going to their living room, bringing all our dirty clothes outside. Mr. Cummings didn't do any of those things last night. He was very mature. He was just saying what he would do, what is not happening. So I gave it up to him. This is not in any way like I intend to go back to the ANC. But I must say the truth. I'm very objective. Whether I got disagreement with you when you do the right thing, I say I post it. And I even posted it yesterday. I say it was very mature and objective. So that's it.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So again, folks, if you're just joining us, you are listening to the Heat Hour program here this evening On the guitar, we say dialogue and not confrontation. We say words and not bullet. On today's edition of the show, our guest is Honorable Musa Hassan Belete, the political leader of CMC and also the representative of Electoral District 7, Nima County. As the citizens of District 7 call him the Bar Room Medicine, the Bar Bridge Medicine. He's on the show here tonight. And if you're just joining us, we ask you to please share the show with us too as well. We like to say good evening to the people of Seklai Peace City. Truth FM is relaying the show tonight. Voice of Tapeta is also relaying. So we'd like to say good evening to the people of Tapeta. Voice of BKS, as always, is also relaying. So we'd like to say good evening to the people of Buyao and Butu Town, Nima County. Honorability, good evening and welcome to the show here this evening. How you doing, Honorable?
Thank you. Good evening to everyone. Sorry, for the next 30 minutes, I'll be in this dark space because I'm in a car. We're just coming from Bond County. Hopefully, I will get home and then, get to the light. But, I hope that we can have a good interaction. But we're okay.
That's great. Now, you've been really up and down this break that you guys were given. You've been in the county, you've been leaving, going to the states, coming back, touring the country. How has it been like for you? What have been, one of the major sources of your engagement recently with the people?
Oh, I mean, we have a new party, so we're growing it. We're happy that we're reaching out to people, to communities inside and outside Liberia, and everything we're doing is, geared towards that. Our U.S. trip was for the party. We are the guest speaker this weekend at the UNICO program in Maryland. We'll be there. And I'm sure some other events. We just live in Bon County, District 4. We have huge programs coming up in Magibi, similar to what we did in Kanta last Saturday. And yes, we have a plan as a political party, and we'll keep this way until 2029.
Now, how have been your engagement with the people of District 7? A lot of rumors have been in the corner recently that you're not focusing on the district anymore. You are now more focused on CMC instead of doing your representative job. How is it like with the people of District 7?
I don't know what, sometimes when people make these statements, it's good to ask them. Because if there's something that I'm not doing, I still hold the record as the representative in the candidate that visited his district more than any other representative. I go to my district every weekend. Every weekend. I was just in my district. I sleep there. I spend the weekend there. I have responsibilities I'm executing. We just completed a school that we just built, and I visited it to inspect it. We're doing what we're supposed to do for our district. I mean, unless somebody points something out that other people are doing for that district, I'm not doing. I'll be more than happy to answer that question.
Great. Now, taking you to Nima a little bit before going to the national scene. Recently, when you visited District 4, you spoke with the people of District 4. This entire storage reduction thing, you've been speaking on it. Senator Koga has come in solidarity with you. How does this attack your business in particular, that you are saying the vice president is attacking your business?
I mean, the intention is very clear, is to make sure that I don't have the capacity to do what I'm doing. But, this is politics, and we are prepared for that. And our journey will not be perturbed. We will fight back. definitely no question about that. But we planned before we got into this journey, so no one knows how to stop us. We did not reveal that to anyone. So anyone outside of my brain will not have an idea of how to stop the CMC. So, they can do whatever they can do, but we will continue to go do exactly what we have to do.
Now, just give us a little overview of how this entire storage thing was being operated by your
I'm not hearing
business.
you.
I'm saying you should give us a little overview of how this entire storage fee was being operated by your company and how it is affecting your business.
I am not hearing you.
Wow. Panelists, are you guys hearing me or? So on our ability, I think your network is giving problem. Maybe you can drop and rejoin us. That would be okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what is happening.
I think he said he's driving. Maybe.
Yeah, so his network will be giving problem while he's along the way. And wow. Yeah, hopefully he rejoin us. Hopefully he rejoin us because I placed him in the back, and I'm expecting him to rejoin us anytime soon. On ability, if you are listening to us, please rejoin us. I think you were experiencing some network problem. That's why we place you in the back. Mr. Mavison, good evening and welcome to the show this evening. How you doing, Chief? What's on your mind?
I'm great. The first thing on my mind is to wish happy birthday to two distinct characters, two great sons of Nimba.
Yeah, the guest is here. Mavison.
Okay.
Yeah. On ability, are you hearing us now?
Yes, sorry about that. Like I said, for the next 30 minutes, it's going to be difficult, but once I get home, we'll be okay.
Okay, no problem. Now, I was asking for you to give us a little drop down of this entire storage unit thing and how it is affecting your business and what are the necessary procedure that you are taking in order to resolve this issue.
Well, the action of FPRC is wrong. It's illegal and it's contrary to a breach of contract. We have a contract with FPRC operating that terminal. The government of Liberia, through that business that we are doing, has generated over $100 million US. We're happy as Liberians to do business in our country to make profit.
So I don't know if we should just bear with him to arrive home first. Yeah, before we continue with the conversation.
That's what I would appreciate. We give him the 30 minutes. When he gets home, then there will be a perfect flow of conversation than why it is now.
Okay, so let's just turn over to you to go ahead with what's on your mind. Let me call him and see to let him know that you should just arrive home first, so we can continue the conversation.
Yeah, like I said earlier on, I firstly want to wish happy birthday to Big Brother Tatos Sotawa. He's one of Nima's foremost outstanding characters, and he's one person that I've always seen as a mentor, more beyond just Big Brother. Big Brother being a Big Brother. He's a man of substance, and he's someone who
I'm coming shortly. Ability, can we just bear with you and you arrive home so that we can have a wonderful conversation, because the network is kind of like dropping and coming back home. So I think it will be okay since you'll be arriving home in the next 30 minutes. We give you that. And when you arrive, so we can have a good conversation.
I don't think he's even getting you. I think it's good you call him, Gian.
Let me do that. Go ahead, Mr. Mavasin.
Yeah, so Big Brother Zeti, I want to say more years to come. Enjoy your old age. Old age comes with wisdom, and you've proven to be a man of wisdom. I'm grateful that we crossed paths and we're still moving on with an excellent relationship. So happy birthday. Happy birthday to J. Holder Noah, another son of Nima, Dr. Kennedy, so to speak. A very good, friend, student leader, and all that. I want to say celebrate your date in Grand Star. And again, to all of us, one permanent song of Nima reached out to me last night and was kind of giving feedback on the BKS show, and it makes me to feel good. And Jion, thank you for your role as a a moderator. It's always been great. And we have become the eyes and ears of our community, our society. And one thing that he's praised is we are very impartial. We discuss issues as it is and straight to the point, and urge us to keep in that realm of operations. And the selection of talking points, issues that we have discussed so far has been so relevant with so much bearing on our community. And that gave me the urge to always want to, rush and be a part of the show. And again, I will always say we all have a duty to our country, to our community, to our people. The way we go about executing our duties will be accounted unto us. So whatever we do, however we do it, we always need to make sure that we think Liberia, because Liberia is the only country we have. Together, we should wish Liberia well. Our repertorial responsibility should be one that we take into account the rightful dissemination of information, especially group one, so that we don't, create a condition that will not be too good for Liberia internationally, because whatever we do, it remains on the social media, and there are countless number of people who are accessing the work we do, the things we talk about. And so we should always know that if we put the right information out there, it's going to help us, it's going to help our community. If we put the wrong one, again, it's going to scare people away from our community. I've always been one person who always want to be very objective, even during our time in opposition. I just don't go about criticizing on almost every account, because you think you'll be fighting the government because you are opposition, but to the contrary, you're fighting a country. And when the government fails, Liberia fails. And when Liberia fails, Liberians have failed. And so we want to create that perfect balance that will create a better image for our people. Countries that we've traveled or where we live, there is so much negative news, so much negativities, to the extent that you feel even afraid being in some of the communities. But yet, when you check their repertorial, the kind of information they disseminate, if you are outside of here, you feel that everything is rosy, everything is glamorous, but that's quite the contrary case. But whatever they do it with the love of country, the love of people, the love of self. So I always will want to see as what's on my mind to urge us all when we are about talking, be it about government, be it about your co-workers, be it about colleagues, whoever that is, always have it at the back of your mind that when one finger is pointed towards someone, the rest is, pointed towards yourself. So we should put Liberia first. We should do all to project a better image of our country, our politicians, our leaders, our stake actors, and everyone in between. So, like I said, I'm grateful to be a part of this platform, and I'm grateful to all of you panelists. Feedback that is coming to us, is encouraging. It tells that we're doing something in the right way. We're making greater contribution to our society, which I think is fine. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Roger Maverson. I know my brother Shadrach driving home, Liberia, as it is. We can't allow you to be on the phone and then you be driving home. That would be bad because the way the men can be running in that place, easy. So now anybody crossing lane to come to you. But again, if you're just joining us this evening, folks, you are listening to the Heat Hour program here on BKS TV. And tonight we are in conversation with Honorable Musa Hassan Belete, the political leader of CMC and also the representative of Electoral District 7, Nima County. He will be our guest here tonight. In a few minutes, he will be joining us on the show. But again, why we are with the guests to join us tonight, let's go to the issue of drugs staying in the country. I know you guys have been following it vigorously, and today I saw a video on the page of the Liberian Drug Enforcement Agency. A lady was transporting drugs. She placed it in a 5-gallon container with red oil. I think, tramadol according to LDEA. She put a tramadol in plastic, tie it, and put it in the oil to transport it.
Wow.
Now, very strategic move. Very, very strategic. Nobody will know that you're carrying something with you. It's in the oil, you're moving with it. And she secured it. It was only the plastic that got, a little bit damaged, but the drugs was okay. Now, my question to us is, what is the problem that we are facing? I want to believe that LDEA is doing her best. There have been so many awareness, so many, reforms. What is the problem? Is it the laws? What is really happening? What could be our recommendation to the government? So I would like to start with you, my brother Siawete, and after you go to Mana Lorena and then Veteran Maverson.
Thank you, Gian. Good evening to Sion Brother Maverson. It's a pleasure to be back on the show. I honor in the Library Palace, I honor Brabi then. So, he's a big brother, but he respects everyone. We have a very mutual relationship so far. And good evening to the lone female. Sometimes it can be firing, but she can stay calm, can stay mango when she come back. So, it's good to be. Thank you for the reminder, big brother. Today is the birthday of one of my fathers. And in fact, as a matter of fact, he's a traditional son to me. That's why in my post, he always call me father, the great Zotaun Tatos. So, they are also getting older while we are stepping in their shoes. So I'm happy that along the way, those are friends of my dad, came out together from the level they are now. So, it's good to acknowledge that today on his birthday. Want to say happy birthday to him and wish him many years, many years that God will give him long life. And also to hold on, one of our guest panelists here, want to say happy birthday to him as well. John, when you talk about drugs, actually, our family is on a serious attack about the issue of drugs. So drugs, personally, we take drugs to be very serious thing when it comes to alleviate drugs in our country. It's a very tough thing, to be frank with you. It's a huge cartel. Even in people who lives in the West, they knows that. With Liberia, that is kind of fragile in everything, and challenges in terms of budget allocation, logistics, and what have you. I think the DA, they are trying their best in a little weak way, because even the smuggling of drugs is another thing in our country. Most of our border land, like I keep saying, is vulnerable. Out of just the one immigration could account for that is vulnerable, that don't even have security, is 48, according to immigration the other day from the assessment report. So that shows you how vulnerable we are as a country beyond even just people taking in drugs. Another thing is, sometimes when I see people attacking the DA, in a little weak way, they are doing what they could do, to get what they can, what they can do, because they just of recent, during the time of Sion Brother AB, they just had, I think, 2 or 3 vehicles, active vehicles in the DA as an institution. So how will institution that should combat the proliferation of drugs get only 3 vehicles? So it also shows how even the entity is challenged in terms of logistics. But I think at least under this government, they were able to procure, I think, not mistaken, around 15 vehicles the last time, to also beef up the DA and logistics and their fleets. It's also a move. What I can also say about the issue of drugs, the cartel is huge, my brother. Like Liberia, the sophistication other nations have, we don't have. Currently, as we speak, like even the DA boss said, one of the deputies before this interim leadership, he said most of those things are even done by government officials that are in government, and people took it to be on the front, but that's the reality. One of the things is not because they just take it with them, but what happened is, drugs calculation, the guys are very smart. Look at what happened today. You know what I mean? Somebody using oil to cross with drugs. those are substances you don't even imagine as to how people do these things. So it's very critical. We don't have the sophistication. We don't even have the testing machine. So those guys are really doing well, because the first thing people come from Sierra Leone, Nigeria, other bowlers around us here. We don't have detectors, of the bag. We don't have the snake dogs and what have you to smell bags and all these things. We don't have. So in a little weak way, they are doing well. But the government, I think, will need to pay a very serious attention. This government, from the way they are taking approach. And one of the good things that is happening to our country now is the involvement of the community. Because before, people used to take drugs as just normal thing, or people just loading car. For me, when I was in Ghana as a young boy going to school, they say this person is taking drugs. Those are people who load car, is smoking grass and all these things. But now you hear coach, when you hear them continue say, you can get confused. More than 7 names they will call. So it is actually damaging our community, and I think the DA, in a little weak way, they are trying. But another thing is, we should also be able to try to at least break the cartel a little, because the sincerity will also help to break, because the community, as they are involved now, they will also be able to identify those and those actors or people who bring in those substance, because they like, for example, in Ganta the other day they arrested one other notorious drug dealer. I know he named Charles Taylor, and even up to now the DA is still after that brother. The guy was arrested, they carrying to jail, and at night they escape up to now. So I mean, it is a very huge challenge to our country, because just one person cannot fight just, and to break the cartel in our country is huge. You see people today, they even arrested a guy, he put the plastic in his chest, tape himself, and then cover himself with a jacket. So if you don't have the sophistication, the materials to even combat these things is difficult. So I think the current DEA team, they are trying their best. I know the big brother is, no one will be 100%, but at least in a little professional way, they are trying, because they don't even have the budget for that. Because if in Ganta or Nimba, you only have one vehicle, how do the men fly from Ganta to Logwatu? How do they do border patrol? So it requires serious logistical support. And all these things, like the last time he also talked about the door, the new door. I think he said they did an analysis around 10 million with all of their budget. So the government at least need to beep out the DA budget, motorbikes, gadgets, all of those materials they need. I think that's the approach we need to take as a government. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Lorena, what say you on this topic? Honorability will be joining us in the next 5 minutes, so we have to be very patient. He will be joining us in the next 5 minutes. Lorena, are you there? I think she's experiencing network problem.
I think the network.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. What say you on this drugs thing? There have been so many arrests made lately. People have been, the LDE have been doing so many awareness in the various counties, but still, it is not going down. Those involved with the transportation of drugs, they keep coming up with different ideas every day. Just today, a lady was arrested with tramadol, and she placed it in a 5-gallon, let's say a container, a 5-gallon container with red oil inside. She placed it there, and she was transporting that, and she was caught with it today. Why is it that we keep doing the awareness, but people are not changing? That's the question. And what could be a recommendation to the government?
Yeah, so the issue of drugs is concerning, because it's not just about somebody selling drugs or somebody using drugs. It has public health concern. It also has security risks attached. But what I would say is, I think we are getting ready, or we are kind of ready to fight the issue of drugs. By this I mean, I think like 2 weeks ago, the new code officers, they dismissed about 15 persons because they were tested positive of the use of drugs. Something that I haven't heard about. Maybe somebody needs to correct me. And then we saw that the people, they've had less than 5 cars. And now we saw that they just received up to, I think, 15 pickups. So which tells us that they can easily move around. And the most important one is that the involvement of community members. So before then, people were afraid to say, but since this March, they say no to drugs March. People are brave. People are, giving information to the officers, and they are doing the arrest. And the people that bring in the drugs, I mean, like the middle people, they kind of, I don't know, I should say they smart, because today when I saw that stuff on Facebook where the lady put the tramadol in the oil, I don't know whether she wrapped it in something else, because they all, of course, will go into if it goes into the medical, because that tablet, right, it will reduce the potency of the medication. But they, so I mean, like there
She
are ways that they
wrap
do
it.
it, put it there.
She
Huh?
wrap it in the one I saw. She
Yeah,
wrap it in plastic, like 2, 3 layers of plastic, and then
yeah,
put
that's what I
some
said. That's
cloth
why
around it.
they are so smart, and some of the time we buy these things, you cook your potato green, your quesadilla, right, or you just feel dry. Say you think, oh, the food was so nice, so you feel it, but something you took in drugs unknown to yourself. I mean, so I really hope it continues. I really hope the community gets more involved, because the involvement of community members and it's also helping with most of the discovery of drugs around here. Like last week, I think somebody pointed out somebody in my neighborhood and it came around, but apparently he said was smart and he just closed the place and he went. Even this morning when I was passing, no, Sunday, Saturday when I was passing, the place was still closed. So I think like he just left the area. And I hope they can just come by and just maybe get a search warrant and just get rid of.
She got harmonized. Brother Mavacin, let's hear you, Chief.
Well, thank you. You know, the thing about us Liberians, we are quick to get satisfied and very complacent. We don't even deeper. We just lack the whole strength of analyzing and coming up with a serious solution to problem. Because we have one or two persons being booked and displayed on social media is being construed as the government is doing better. Drugs is a system, and the one you just parading on social media are just the little ones. The real drugs, when you're ready to come, it doesn't come in the community. It comes by the way of airport and different transit points. And to be able to really experience results, there are a lot of things you got to take into consideration. Lot of things. It's not just one approach. You give 15 pickups, so what? How much is LDA officials making? So you probably created a mean of transport, easy transport for the very drugs you think we're fighting. Because the man who is going to fight a multi-billion-dollar industry is making maybe $75 a month. So I don't know that level of test to their own patriotism and their own humanness. Like I've said from the very beginning of our discussion on drugs, I reference Joe Wallace's revelation during the Truth and Reconciliation presentation. And he was clear and gave a straight, caution to the government in Liberia now that we were transitioning to peace. That Liberia was to be used as a transit point. And it will be hard to come back because the cartel will be entrenched, because they will be producing their own police director, they will be producing their own legislator, they will be producing everything. And now you can see of late the dollarization of the political system. When we are going to election, it's no more substance, it's no more character, it's the one with the highest bid. That's how spoiled the system is. So how do you combat that kind of system? So the fight should be holistic. We are good at capping. and we can copy and leave out the substance and take quite stupid thing. Like when you listen to the pledge of Liberia, our pledge, and compare it with the US, it's the same. Only one different. The United States will say one nation honor God before they get to indivisible. Liberia omitted honor God. That's how we are. Now, if you cannot institute a rigid, very draconian measures in combating drugs, you can't win the war against drugs. So everything will be just cosmetic, a show, political gimmicks, but it will have no, substance. It will deliver us. Because for us in the most developed part of the world, no matter the capacity, it's still prevalence. Then what much more about a country that a DEA official is making less than $150, and you think you give the man 15 pickers, it means the government has done well, the government has instituted measure to win war on drugs. It's a charade. I can tell you that for a fact. I can tell you it's a clear way to say, look, we gave you the picker to escort our drug dealers, because bulk of the people is being evidenced by public, presentation by official of government who claim that most of the people in top level position are part of the system. Go right to no stress. The president hall right there. The president's son run a nightclub. And those are places where the transaction takes place. But no one goes to those places. They go to the madhouse place to go look for tramadol. So it's quite unfortunate and it's quite pathetic. People have to be serious. People have to be nationalistic. People have to be patriotic. That's the only way the war against drugs can be won. You got to visit our election laws. You got to visit the implementation of our election laws and make sure that everything we do is done for the right reason and with the right mechanism put into place. And one thing I want to close up with, like I talk about draconian measures, I talk about very straight jacket measure. Go to places like China, when they were emerging and developing countries, they didn't have the capacity to say, look, we have this technology, we had a $10 million, we can do this and that. But they were very clear to their drug laws. If you are arrested, we interrogate you, and the judicial system found you guilty. We don't have a jailhouse for drugs, dealers. They put you on a firing squad and killed you. You done. You done. I bet you Liberians are very much fair. If you adopt laws like that, you catch three, 4 person, you put them on broad street and kill them, nobody will come with drugs. And you do it with no precondition. Because in China, you are American citizen, you are Chinese citizen, you president's son, and they grab you, you will face the full weight of the law. No discrimination, no top brass, nothing. As a result, the society is being purified. It's pure. People are so much, focused on doing the right thing as opposed to doing the wrong thing. So we need to revisit some of the things we call laws. We need to revisit some of the things we call policy, because many of those instruments were being carved by experts from donor nations and imposed on us, and we take it, run with it as our policy instrument to work with it. It doesn't work for us. We don't even evaluate the applicability. We don't even domesticate some of these policies, and then we run with it. It has not helped us. It won't help us. I know Biago, he's a very decent young man, hardworking. He has the agility and readiness to work, but without the support and what is required, what is needed, including personnel pay, he will not get anywhere. The rest will
Thank you.
be a showmanship, a televised something, a podcast
Thank you.
instrument, and that would be
Thank
it.
Thank you, Benjamin Maverson. Thank you so much. Our guest is already here, so let's go to him. Honorability, welcome back.
Yeah, thank you. I hope. I mean, I'm still a bit from the house. I just thought that I think the connection has improved, so I should be talking to you until I get to the house. But I was
Okay, no
enjoying my
problem.
visit. I was enjoying my visit, by the way.
You know, anyways, let me not talk.
He was making a very great point.
Great. Now, we stopped to this entire storage fees thing. How has it affected you, and what are the legal procedure that you are taking in order to resolve that? Tell us. Honorability, are you hearing us?
Somebody call.
Yeah.
So sad.
Wow. Honorability, are you hearing us? Yeah, he's not hearing us. He's not. So, you know, we got a lot to discuss here this evening.
Yeah.
Honorability, welcome
yeah,
back.
Yeah. So I was trying to say, look, it's clear the intention is to strangulate my business. I think people are getting uncomfortable with our activities, and so they want to strangulate it. It's as simple as that. Is that coming from somewhere?
Yeah, I think you along the road. So
No, not for me. Oh. You can see the sound. It's not for me.
I don't know who is driving at the horn. But let's hear you.
Okay, so I mean, it's clear now. So, yeah, it's intended to strangulate me, but I consider it's normal politics. You do anything to, I mean, it's shameful. I don't have anywhere else to go and do business. This is my country. You have foreigners extracting our resources for little or nothing. You have, Lebanese making millions of dollars for little or nothing. And somebody say, a Liberian man, I'm doing exactly what the government has been doing for 50 years. I'm doing it for 7 years. The same thing. The government sets the price, it sets everything, it controls how much, I mean, everything. And then they say, oh, you know why he's making too much money? And we should stop him. It is shameful. But I can assure those who intend to stop me that they will not be able to stop me. I'm here. And honestly, to be speaking, we will actually intensify our work. What they are doing is fueling our work. And we'll do more. We'll do more, much more. So they will not stop us. They will not stop us.
Great. Now, taking you to the Solidarity March that was in Ganta recently, you on one of the banners that you guys had, your supporters had in your hand, one of it said, Jeremiah Kong, Musa is not your equal. Tell us, what is the intent of this message? What were you guys trying to portray? Because it has sparked widespread controversy on the internet. Other sons of Nima, including Honorable Doc Cooper, have interpreted it. Now, they say the best interpreter is the person who says the thing. So you are here tonight. Tell us, what is the intent behind this particular banner?
So, I mean, I'm sure you follow me. I was not in the country. I came on Thursday evening. I went to Banga Friday, and then I went to the rally Saturday. I didn't have the opportunity uh, to sanction all of those banners. Um, there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. Absolutely. The right for people to express themselves in a political tone is okay, you know. For someone to beat their chest, just like in football, with two person playing, say, "Oh, you can't make it with me. I can beat you." There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, if I were the one writing those,
Whoa. Yeah, the network is giving problem. Real bad problem tonight to the honorable man. It is. But again, folks, if you're just joining us, you're listening to the Hit Hour program here on BPS TV. On the Hit Hour, we say dialogue and not confrontation. Tonight, we are in conversation with Honorable Musa Hassan Belite.
yeah,
Welcome back,
like I
Honorable.
said, I will. You listening to me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, like I said, I don't see anything wrong with the banner. It's not insulting. But if I were the one to have written something, I wouldn't write that particular thing. I just consider it to be, you know, as much as it is not offensive, probably not necessary, but I don't shade anybody for it. Uh, our understanding of democracy has to be improved for for people to be able to say things they want to say. Once you don't insult the person, it is okay. Even if you disagree with it, that space is what we are all in. People being able to express themselves, So yes, that's my view on the panel.
So now you follow the post of former superintendent of NIMA, Honor David Doc Cooper. Did you follow his Facebook post about that banner issue? Wow.
Yeah, I follow him. Um, um, I think his statement was abhorrent. I think it was divisive and it's dangerous. Um, I've lived my life. I've never been associated with war, no war faction. I've never been a beneficiary of any war, meaning no faction has ever given me a job or along my life. I'm anti-war. I've never even been a scout boy. So
Wow.
for my opinion, for my right to exercise my political right, if you take that and bring war and tribe and people, it's just dangerous, sickening. And what the man is coming from, I'm not surprised. Unfortunately, I'm not surprised. And my position is, I hope at some point in time, the vice president will, or his office will say something about this, because my brother, tribalism has no space in the world we live in. The party that Doc Cooper are in today is a product of Mandingo people. That party was 100% formed by Mandingo people. Kesali from Kwadu Boni in Lofa County was the first tender bearer. And Kafumba Kone, Sheikh Kafumba Kone from Sekletie, Nimba County, was the founding secretary general of that party. Okay? So you could say today, United Party was formed with no doubt by Mandingo people. My father was an executive member of that party. But it doesn't matter. The party is a national element. It moves from place to place. and but you cannot. And like I said this morning, there was 17,000 vote difference. It took other people from different tribes, from different religion, to vote for Jeremiah Koo and Joseph Walker. The 40,000 vote, for instance, that they got from Agbo. Just imagine if those people had not supported them, he would not have been a vice president. But I guess those people did that. They didn't consider tribe. We should not consider tribe. Tribe has never helped us. And for a man, for Doug Cooper to come, I'm very disappointed, honestly. And I think that war and the chaos that people like him perpetrated in Nimba should not be a point of discussion in our body politics today. I don't agree with that. If Musa Bility is wrong on something, say it. If you don't like his policy, say it. But just because I'm from a particular tribe and they were dominant in a particular warrior faction, and you bring that up and bring me up, that's wrong. I'm not even associated with any war in whatsoever form. That's not okay. And he should be ashamed of himself.
Thank you. Now, I will stop here for now and go to DK. After DK, we'll go to Mr. Matheson, Siawete, and the rest of the folks to ask their first two questions, and probably we'll take second round of questions. Let's hear you, DK.
Yeah, so my question is, being a political leader and Chairman Bility, I know you've been struggling in joining, and you really decided to talk to us today. With this struggle, you think we can have part 2 of this hopefully tomorrow, where you will be situated better to talk to us than you did for the first time? Yes, because tonight, to be fair, your message is not going across the way you want it. So I would just suggest that people who want to ask, must just ask one question. We'll let you go. Send you in Monrovia, you will join us tomorrow, and you will be better situated to talk to us. So that's my only thing, and we will do the flyer again. Will reflect tomorrow's schedule. Thank you for honoring our invitation. I really appreciate. Anybody can ask, and let's get prepared for him tomorrow. At which time he will be better situated to talk to us.
Okay, thank you, Chief. Further Matheson, let's hear you.
I think if all of us agree with DK's position, then I will wish we have been discharged and do our own either our internal discussion for tonight, and get prepared for him tomorrow, because I can't have question and we let him go, and then I'll be thinking about asking another question. I want face him and ask all the hard questions, the difficult ones tomorrow.
Okay. Including the one for endorsement.
The one for what?
The one for endorsement. we are relying.
I'm ready to answer all the questions.
The fact remains he's my representative. I owe him that respect. People went together and elected him, and the voice of responsible people is the voice of God, and leadership comes from God. So I gave him that crown because I know tomorrow I might have a chance to sit in his seat. Someone will have to give me that respect.
So honorability, even though I'm informed that you'll be leaving the country anytime soon, we have you tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm leaving by the weekend, so I'm okay. Tomorrow I'll clear my debts, and then I will.
Chairman, I'm inviting you officially. I will let to host you. I'm right here. You coming to me, so just give me a few hours of your day on Sunday.
I also hope that you feel North Dakota. North Dakota still waiting for you.
I need praise.
Maybe Saturday will be a good time.
Saturday, Saturday I'll be busy. A national secretary for the program you're coming for, so I'll be extremely busy. Anyway, but come, we'll talk here, Chief.
I will call. I will call you. I will call you. I will call you.
No problem,
It will
Chief.
be a
No
pleasure to
problem.
meet with you. Yeah.
Okay,
What
no
are we
problem, Chief.
going to do tomorrow?
Thank you. Thank
Okay,
you.
guys.
We'll host you tomorrow.
Okay.
All right.
Bye-bye. So Honorability will be here tomorrow. I want to bring this to our attention. I know sometimes people say, Junior, you love to poke gas in fire. Nah, it's not me. If you follow Honorable Glukia, Domo Glukia, you saw a post that he made today. Now, these are leaders. We will keep calling them out because we want them to desist. I'm not seeing this happening in Bonk. I will bring the post here.
What did the post say?
I will bring the post on. I'm bringing it on very shortly.
Please put the post on.
Yes, post on. You know, as I'm talking, I'm on the computer and then trying to lower it. That's why.
You know,
Okay.
seven of you will be just put it on because in our interest. And politics.
Now, so I don't know whether this is happening in other counties, but I believe that Nima is getting worse. All the leaders, nobody is using diplomatic approach. Most of them on Facebook, here and there, hauling and pulling.
And they made a co-chair for the Coco.
Now,
Co-chair.
this is the post. Chris, I beg you, I'm coming. We will discuss this thing. That's the post. You know, today, Senator Koga visited Alexander Cummings. Let me read this. Maybe you're not seeing it too clear. He said, Manima people, you come for me, oh, in a simple labyrinth English. Manima people, you come for me, oh. This is the disbelief of my Nibarians. Can't believe eyes, man. Hey, God, why you did this to us? Koga, you will pay for this. Jerry, we will blame you, man. We were qualified for this, and you beg us to step aside. Koga doesn't even care about our feelings and support. Wake up, Nima. Know your strength. This is the post. Man, do you think this was appropriate? Co-chair, not just an ordinary representative, but co-chair on the caucus. Second in command to 11 gigantic men from the most, most talk about Nima County, making this kind of post. Where are we heading to? I will start with you, Veteran Matheson, because you got more insight on this thing. What say you?
Well, mostly I like to reach out, speak with people personally, and understand their state of mind. But now that it's on the show for discussion, I just want to draw people's attention to a whole lot of things so that we begin to relook our approach towards leadership and how we go about solving issues, if there are any. But the first thing I want to begin with, Cummings is a Liberian, like Matheson David. For the fact that he ran for the president on a different party ticket doesn't in any way make it a taboo for someone to see him. And sometimes when you run too fast, you miss the road. History has taught us that no one political party since the Taylor's era have won first round victory in our election process. So if you don't have relationship, you will not have the face to be on the negotiation table. And like you said, if this thing is happening in Bon or other county, yes, as much as I have not been to other county to reference, I think we have we have something at stake that which must be protected. Sometimes there are little problem that could be solved through leadership and wisdom, but people can elasticize it. Yeah.
You want me to go on the road to take the hair so she can plait my hair?
Okay, go get it. You know, sometimes.
You give me that legal English. Excuse me, do not try to ask me where you go to school.
Yeah, you elasticize it too much, and then it becomes a real conflict. And that's the direction NIMA is going in. It's too soon. We are just 2 years into this administration with several years to go. We can't balloon the inner fight and exhaust ourselves on each other before we get to the D-Day. That's wrong. And if it were ordinary representative who made that post, we'll say maybe yes, politics. But that's unclear. Second-term lawmaker and leaders of the NIMA caucus, I think they should come together as a caucus and solve their issues. And one interesting thing is, these people were part of different political establishment just yesterday. Some of us supported Unity Party in a dime, meaning some people went to CDC. Some people dined and wined with CDC. It wasn't a problem. Some people were ostracized because they did not support CDC. And that was orchestrated by the very people from NIMA. It wasn't a problem yesterday. While standing with an opposition figure, speaking with an opposition figure in a country of ours, another Liberians, will be a problem. So I think I don't see it in a good faith. I think they are running too fast. I think they are fighting too much when the real fight is still years ahead. We should know George Weah is the most popular Liberian, but he got defeated. Not that everything he did was so bad, but that his surrounding did not give him the right advice, and their own conduct with power was wrong. And this led to his defeat by an experienced old statesman. So if we're not taking cue from some of these things, trust me, we will exhaust ourselves fighting each other. And when it is time to fight, the bruises will be too much, the broken bones will be too much, the pain will be so much that we will not have the strength and capacity to facing the actual fight. We just see things on the surface. But look at the very Unity Party. You think it will be a silver platter? No, there will be a fight. That's politics. There will be a fight, and there will always be a fight. As we are fighting, other people are using our fight and organizing, building teams that responding to them. They are very strategic, having meetings, consolidating, while we are preparing blow for each other. What kind of leadership is that? You lead with people. You don't lead at the exclusion of people. But we want to exclude everybody and be the only rooster in town. But then when you face a foreign rooster that coming with other rooster marching behind, you can't face them. You can't fight. I don't think this is the direction we want NIMA to go in. At least they're the young people who are political actors across different party lines be the one engaging the pavement fight. But it should not be our leaders. But again, as Joe Barker would say, when men jobs are given to boys, the outcome will always be boilish. But I think Honorable Glukia is beyond that. He's one person who has got what it takes, and I have a lot of respect for him. This is not the first offensive post. This should be either the second or third. I think he needs to disarm. His position, his status, he should be a go-between, helping to resolve the situation that is emerging so that NIMA can hold together. If you think you can have a NIMA that will give you the same vote as given in 2023 with the exclusion of relevant people, you better wake up. You should wake up. In as much as I respect the popularity of the vice president, no one can negate the Senator Johnson factor in 2023. Today, he's no more. He's not with us. So there got to be someone who should brave themselves to step in a vacuum, who will command the authority and the voice of the NIMA people, who will give direction for NIMA to follow. But when you have people who are battle thirsty, battle ready, who are at each other's throat every day, then I don't think we have NIMA. Broswoto, why they didn't do that? Even Jackson F, though DK once said it, and they have their individual political institutional alignments, but they were not discussing each other like that publicly. There was NIMA. So I wonder, there's no more elders in the county, or are there elders but don't want to take, responsibility in playing the elder role, or elders have become so gullible or aligned with the highest bidder? They are not we need to look at. But I think Honorable Glukia went wrong. He should disarm and put on the leadership garment and play the role as an elder statesman. Because to be the vice chair of the NIMA's caucus, it puts you in a position of responsibility. So you should begin taking the responsibility. He should be the go-in-between, as I said. But it will keep us fragmented. When you spread it too much, you can't be able to put it back together. Anything that is wasted, especially liquid, you can't get it back together 100%. So let them start wasting. The battle that they are fighting, they are misdirecting the battle. The real battle is ahead. And the time is coming. By the time you hit 2027, 2028, you will start to smell the very battle in the very unity party. Before you talk about national, you will have a political battle in party to fight. So why are you exhausting your arsenal? Why are you wasting your ammo? I think it's good that many of them listen to this show, or many of them have people who listen to this show, or many of them have people on this show who will report to them. No matter how our message is framed to them, doesn't matter. But at least they will get to see the substance in what we say and play by the rules. Because you can't enjoy your soldier and then send them to the battlefront. We need our people together. We need the togetherness of Nima. Boaka has done seen with his county, and they are all in the marching order. The Tomo Farah of yesterday, who have men firing at Unity Party people, life was lost. Today they are on the table. They have become brothers. They have become uncles. What happened to Nima? What happened to Nima? A vice president is a potential president, especially a vice president to an old man. Why if something happened and your people divided? The horse that is divided against itself cannot stand. That's my last word for now. Thank you.
What will happen? What will happen?
I took two key important words from you. The house that is divided against itself will not stand. And when a job of a man is given to a boy, it becomes mismanaged. I will write news about that one today. See you. Let's hear you, Chief. Welcome to the show this evening.
Yeah, thank you. I will turn my camera off so I can be able to talk. You guys can hear me, right?
Why you turn your camera off?
Because we got driving. I want my vaccine and my second talk politics today. I usually shy away from politics, but I have had few mentors in the back. I will not call their names. They know themselves. So, there's a trend in Nima, and something has to be done immediately. If the end goal is this Nima Quado, one Nima agenda thing, if they really want that to work. I've been following few leaders of our county lately. And I think all those people that are making those social media posts, they are all connected and close to the VP. And I think it's about time that the VP and his surroundings try to step in and take control of it. It first starts with the soup. Recently, during the VP return, she made a post, and I thought that post was not called for. She made a post, talked about all the good things, and towards the end of the post, she said she made she gave a parable in Giyok. All the time people say when you advise crazy person or stupid person, who you will laugh at. Obama Vrakwa there. She said that. And then now we had Honorable Cooper who made that post yesterday too, against another son of Nimba. And from my understanding, Honorable Cooper is also very closer to the VP. That post, I think Mafasin said it best yesterday, very, very unnecessary. You cannot be calling for Nimba unity and you be spilling out those type of messages. Very wrong. I'm not going to go into too much of that, but Mafasin talked about it. And then today we have Honorable Glikia, who's also a leader, making that type of post. As if Honorable Koga doesn't have the right to associate with any other meaningful Liberian. They are making a thing sound and appear like they have monopoly over Nema County, which is not the case. We are all from Nema. We are all
CEO, I will stop you. I think you know politics more than you think. Yeah, they're making a thing to believe that they love Nema more than
that protect the speaker now.
Yeah, I come here. So they are making it seem like Nima is for one person. Where when one person, another Nimanian go and try to associate with someone else, it becomes a big crime. They are demonizing on a Rokoga, right? They're making it sound as if he's committing this bad crime. Today, the man went to go speak to Alexander Comey, who's a major stakeholder in Liberia. And if you read the man post, the Honorable Comey said, since Koga won, I have not met him. and I met him today to congratulate him. Zero thing, nothing wrong with that. So they make it getting so scary. So they're making it in a way that no one should talk. Hey, if you talk against, or if you say anything, or you can't, that's the same thing they used to do when the CDC people used to do, where when something happens, they'll start copying each other posts, recording each other. That's how they are making Nima. We fought war in Liberia. Nima has a very, very unique history. That's what happened in 1990. Some of us lost our parents. That's what happened. Most Nimarians, permanent Nimarians were killed, right? The only difference this time is not with bullets, but they are using the whole social media thing. And I think those who are closer to the VP and the leadership around there, they need to step up now and try to pull this fire out now. If they want this one Nima agenda to hold, it should be inclusive. It should be free. You should let other people be able to speak without being afraid. You can't say, when I have this agreement, if I don't associate myself with MDR or the VP, then I'm not a Nima. They are against the Nima agenda because we got this one person who's about to become or potentially will be a president. We can't disagree with that person. That's wrong. I think they need to try to talk. You can't want to talk to Honorable Koga and you have major stakeholders on social media, for God's sake, throwing out loose talk. That was wrong. That's very, very wrong. Very unnecessary. If they continue, it will go off. Koga guys and the people too. I mean, again, back to my point about this is Nema County. We all have birthright. We all have the same right they claim to have, and we all can, take our side. So I think the VP has to step up now, make sure that he gets his people under control. Let them leave social media. You cannot be a leader and you're on social media making posts 24/7, throwing jobs at other people. It's not going to help. It's not going to help. So that's my 2 cents. And I think I'm really, really disappointed on Roglikia as a leader, and Koga is a big brother to him. They're all in the same caucus. I think he's a vice chair, whatever position he has. He has the phone number. They have ways to talk. They need to talk this thing behind closed door instead of coming on social media. You can't try to fix things and you come on social media and throwing jobs. It's not going to help. So I will stop there for now, and then I allow you guys to continue.
Thank you so much. You say you're not a politician, but we got to do some background investigation. You got a whole comment section right now. Everybody's saying, We leave it there for now.
Blame Siawete and DK.
Yeah, I will blame them. I will. I will definitely blame them. Okay, Chris, let's give you 2 minutes so you can make your input on this. And after you go to DK, Mr. Kilebo Gonglo, my brother Shadrach, and then Siawete.
Okay, thank you. On the Greek post, that one thing I took from there, when you read the post, he said we were qualified. He said we were qualified. And the VB said he talked with us. So that means he wanted to contest for that position. That took that phrase. This is not on the Greek first post again on the Koga. This is the second post this week. That's what last week he did one, and this is another post. And I don't think during the late Johnson Goiko regime, we were co-chair to the late Senator Johnson. That don't happen in Nimakoko. That don't happen. Those guys need to put aside emotion and a personal interest and put the country first. If you feel that you are qualified to contest for that position, no need for people to talk with you. You go go there. I know you never win up in that race. Senator Koga win that you won the election. There should be a respect to given to him. How on a bigger feeling in a district or people addressing that district? What they are meant and women in that district have the pedigree to take battle with him. How you feel it? So I don't think that those guys, for Nima, they're doing well with the VP. I said it last year and I repeat it today. Those guys have their chat room. They will come for them to go discuss And all the guys that supported the sorry girl from the party or from the side, they will come on Facebook. And you allow other people to come address other people, they respect them, they not support them after you. You think you're jail on Koka today? Hey, me will come after you. You think you go to Musa Bete and people come after you? Is that the name of the one for us? Why they get armed too? Why they get put the country interest first? It's a crime. So you want to tell me that Jigga leave from America today, Jigga go la bureau. Jigga, you know what I'm saying? You should not go visit CDC when you have opportunity. Or people, Mama says you should not go visit ANC. I'm going to tell you, you just subscribe to the VP. You are near with the VP, don't visit anybody. It's a crime. I'm saying this before I leave. On Rokun, those guys that around you will be the cause for people to go against Nima. If you not stay as a leader, and sometimes to do the thing, revoke it, or you have release on it. When they keep doing the release, you release silent on it, on Rokun. There will be people in Nima that will say you send the people to our rule and misbehave on them, and they'll go against you. The maternity man that was talking yesterday about taking people to traditional people, to elders. Now that when you advocate CA, then when you favor get CA, the answer is what we can go see. I think it's wrong. You have to stop. Everybody have the right to visit anybody as soon as Liberian. You got a political right to affiliate yourself with anybody. They just be a crime to create noise in that country, to do things that somebody hates, somebody is wrong. Oh no,
Thank you.
we some of us are coming, some of us in our district will know how to be in our district. We stand up because we have respect for leader. You think we don't have a men in our district that agree to take battle in district number 6? We can do it. We have a men. But we stand up because they sit on the district that also kept quiet. So you need to stop. And you continue on Koga, trust me. We have men or people. I stop there.
Thank you. The reason why I went to Chris Ness is because he's from District 6 and he's a lawmaker, right? That's why I wanted to hear his opinion before we go to other panelists. And thankfully, he has voiced it out. Since DK left, we will hear you, Mr. Kilebo. Let's give you the opportunity. And after you go to Shadrach, then Siawete will take us home.
I wish Siawete has spoken before me, saying he's a dog Bokum apologist, so I can learn everything together and respond to it.
Siawete,
you are not a host, so why will you determine who to speak?
No, I'm actually just making fun of all of it, Siawete. I really don't want you to speak before me. It's just a fun. You know, I listen to Marvel sing. You know, gray hair gets some wisdom too. Increasingly, I met Matheson maybe 2 or 3 times in my life so far. He remember one instant, I don't even remember the other one. He said he came to my office at some point. I don't remember that one, but I remember we met 2 other places in Monrovia. Yesterday he spoke when Dogobo was here. And the first time Dogobo appeared here as a guest here, when you're talking about the reason he went against Bouaka in 2017 was far different from the reason he told them and he told the Nima people about the crush rush issue and even how Bouaka can people he said all those stuff. But then he appeared here, he had different reasons. Matheson was having the courage as someone who worked with Dokubo and he was his boss to say, hey, I want to flag this. That's not what he told us in 2017. Why? And he said, oh, there are many other reasons. He tried to kind of massage it to polish it, you know. But this is, you know, I always tell people, this is one of the classic impact of the Civil War we are experiencing here. You know, you have to have sociological eye and the experience to see to have the lens to see what is happening now in Nimba. That's one of the classic impact of the Civil War. You know, leadership transition in every society is important. The leadership transition in Nimba was kind of aborted because of the Civil War. Many people who were being, groomed under the likes of the Toei, the Doyen, the Bombly and others who were in leadership, Komosaka and others, all of them, most of them lost their life, or after the war, they were penniless, they were poor, they didn't think of leadership anymore, they lost hope in life. Then those who benefited from the largesse of the war, the spoils of the war, were the ones prepared to leadership in 2005. So most of the people who emerged in 2005 in the real skin of leadership transition in Nimba, had the Civil War not aborted the leadership transition, they would never even see come near power, because they were not even remotely imagined to ever be elected senator. PYJ would never have been even a senator. Had he not been the Civil War, he was a military man, a local, just to guard government official. But he became a leader. So you can see how just not Nimba, other countries suffer this Civil War. This is a classic example. Tuan Glikia, come to think about it, it's not the first post. And I will say this not because I'm biased, but because it's the right thing to say. In 2020, this guy, he was insulting Councillor Gonglo on Facebook, on his page. Tuan Glikia, he was insulting Councillor Gonglo. What was Councillor Gonglo wrong? The crime he committed was, I think there is a fellow from Tabata district, they call him Fala. Hello, Austin Fala, or one Fala, I don't know his first name, Fala. And I think group of young people were advocating against Tuan Glikia. And he ordered the police to arrest them. They took them to the police station. Simo Wapo was involved in that. So Simo Wapo went to Councillor Gonglo and said, oh, we got some young people from Tabata. Tuan Glikia has jailed them because he said they denigrated him. He's a government official that said negative things about him. So Councillor Gonglo went to the police station and told the police, hey, we have the criminal malevolence law. You can't arrest people for their opinion. You guys are in law enforcement, you should know this law. And the police set them free. Before Tuan Glikia. And Tuan Glikia was so angry. And he said, oh, the children insulted me, and Councillor Gonglo, you brought law business, they set them free. For now, I will be insulting you too. I will insult your mom. And he started insulting our mother. So when you think of the history of Tuan Glikia, I would say he's one of the catastrophic mistakes that happened to Nimba. He's not a leader. He was not prepared to be a leader. I think he would have better stay with whatever UN agency you were doing procurement business, what they were doing at Kukuchi. He would have probably just stayed there as opposed to getting into politics to inflame this. But I therefore with Chris and others who try to give Jeremiah Kun a pass here. All of what Jeremiah Kun associates and apologists are saying and doing to people is exactly who Jeremiah Kun is. And when look, for the first time, I will reveal something on this thing, and I'm not going to give the detail because of the security nature of it. I am a person who loves information. I spend a lot of money on information. On this platform, I said something before that Mike Blion told me in 2021 when PYG was put on sanction. They met at Kun Farm, and Kun said there are two persons in Nimba over his living body. He will not let them get elected position. Now, Garrison, you let Mother Ido go away. Somebody can say, oh, but Garrison said I couldn't help him to get a governance commission job. Great. In fact, 2 senior government officials from NIMBA have also revealed that they met Musa Bilete when Amin Moda was made to resign. They went to him and said, look, VP, that's a good opportunity. We need to build a NIMBA coalition. Let's get either Madam Way or Garrison Okan to Minister of Commerce. Saying Garrison lost the position of government. And he said, no, I cannot bring those 2 people. Those are weird people. I cannot bring them. They didn't support me. And those 2 people, they are alive. One day, they told us, they themselves will go probably will say it, but I can say it now without calling their name. So if you see people hating others for disagreeing, they take the marching order from him. Another Nima Eros, without disclosing his name, because I saw in due course will disclose this information, because we have chat room, we can chat. He wrote it, it's there. I can actually screenshot if I want to leak it and give it to Gina and say, posted it. He wrote it in the chat room. He said he was sitting down with Kun one day in his house. He has gone there with some young people. And from Kun's mouth, he said to the people, the young people, he has put some of them to other ministry and some to public corporation. He said, oh, the other young people, they have gone to tell him thank you. He said, okay, you should work hard because the number of people say you don't know good boy, you're too young. And myself, I know boy, they're fighting us. I gave you your job. So you got to hold strong, you got to work. So this is a strategy. He believed they force us. Let us not give him a pass. God, what the likes of Dor Cooper, Twanglikia, and many of his associates, I don't want to even dignify to call their name, are doing is exactly what Kun mindset is. Now let me disclose the thing I said I'm going to disclose. 2020 election, I actually paid $200 to someone. And that person sat with someone, and I'm not going to call the person name because of the security nature too, because that's a senior government official in Liberia, and the person had a conversation with him and said, Chief, let's strategize for NIMBA. We are supporting Koga, but I want us to open a tail lane. Let's send a blind support to Garrison and Madam Way and say, we're not against you. Let's give them some logistics so that if they don't win, there will be a soft learning for us. He said, I can't do that to Garrison and Madam Way. I have the recording right on my WhatsApp. I paid that money. I'm not going to disclose a government official name, but anybody can make a good guess. I paid that money. So when you see what is happening, it's who Kun is. It's Kun marching order. No one should give him a pass. In history, people who don't remember history, they make the mistake. On this platform last night, Mike Bleon disclosed, and I repeated. And tonight, Musa Bilete also added to it. You know, we are all intertwined, and people read history. They try to review, to be revisionists on some issues. Unity Party, the fact is, Unity Party, if you want to say NDR is a Gio or Nima party, Unity Party is a Mandingo party, or funded by Mandingo people. It's just a fact. It has transitioned over time. That's all. JLA used to be, Liberia Action Party used to be considered Nima party. You people are considered Lofa party because it was funded by Mandingo people from Lofa. And on this platform, I will keep repeating it as long as I come to BKS. Dor Cooper said in 2011 that Kun is a Mandingo man, his father is a Keita. On other platforms, Akara's Gray has disclosed that Kun has 2 sisters who are Mandingo and they know him to be their brother, and Kun knows them to be his sister.
John, how many minutes we going for?
My man, wait, don't rush. I'm not hating you, so don't worry. You can let you obey in there for long. Slow down. So this is what we are dealing with in Nimba. What you see happening in Nimba is not happening in the blue sky. It's a strategy of the Kun. And Kun is shooting Nimba in the head. And that's the wrong thing. At the executive mansion now, I will tell you this because we sit on different platforms and people inbox us because we are on those platforms. Kun is being debated that he has played his hand too fast. He's so able for presidency that they are getting afraid of him. I can say that. I will end there.
Thank you so much. DK, let's hear you, but we would like to welcome to the show, Honorable Alfonso P. Okay, Honorable Alfonso P.
Oh, don't go. Why you speaking?
Where you going, bro?
You can't even go.
CKA Sanicole Prince. I think the
Why don't they off?
that I mean taking off. I didn't do that. So one of our panelists, Madam Lorena, she's experiencing network problem and she really want to make her import. So after DK, I beg you guys, I will bring her on the phone, then she can talk very shortly for us. DK, let's hear you.
Gio, I think you have to go for say Lorena, but here is why I wanted to say at least Big Brother Kellewo left. While it's true that we all will have our disagreement, Kellewo is one of the elderly person among us in terms of everything, education, everything. So anytime he hear people I will call him. At least when referring to the VP, at least put some kind of small thing on him. When you kun all the time, feel the day. So I'm just saying it just professionally. That's it. Other than that, call Lorena and we'll go to that. I don't want to make too much comment on everything that's happening with he and Kuga because I think they have a lot of serious people doing a lot. And so they are my two big brothers I respect. I hope that the two of them, with me behind the iron curtain, and handle whatever that is possible for them to handle. The sooner is better. They need to do that. And there are so many people I think, in my opinion, I don't have to respond to. Sincerely, I don't have to respond to them because they all respond to what we're doing will be gaslighting what they're doing. So it's becoming alarming. And so my only opinion is the two of them can take phone and call one another and just meet and say, we don't want all of your security, we don't want all of that. Then meet our brothers and and just talk about things. That will be my opinion. Everything that happening. Thank you.
Thank you. So Madam Lorena is on the phone. I beg you guys, let's hear her because she's always here about network is giving problem tonight. Madam Lorena, let's hear you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for this opportunity because my network is giving me hard time. So, several times, Mr. Gonglo has said during the week he wouldn't appear on the show because he's a lecturer and so he's busy with licensing and with this. And some other time he would say he wouldn't appear on the Sunday because he'd be preparing and doing papers and this and that. But then whenever somebody appears on the show and talk something negative about the vice president, even if it was on a Monday that is considered a busy day, everywhere, especially being a lecturer, he appears. Only to use 15 minutes to give conspiracy theory. I never seen a statistics teacher or statistics lecturer that believes in conspiracy theory than Mr. Gongo. Because as far as I know, people who teach statistics, they deal with data, they deal with facts. But this my big brother. When they say conspiracy theory is him, somebody say in 2021, somebody say this, somebody say that, and all those things. The Garrison is trying to say he cannot get any support. Did you know that Kun gave him support in just the election that took place in April? So I mean, you're not even speaking with facts. And the issue of Ministry of
Wait, do you hold Lorena? Do you hold Lorena? Hold Lorena. Do you hold her? Who was supporting Garrison and Koga at the same time?
That I said gave support. I didn't say was supporting him.
Someone didn't hear what you're saying. Someone didn't hear what you're saying.
Hello, what do you call him?
So how did he get support to Garrison?
Name our
How did the vice president get support to Garrison? Did he give him money?
Didn't you people hear it on Facebook that Garrison he said and he said that? So
no, he said the vice president supported him to be a governance commission.
I'll be forgetting my thought. Let me finish and you ask me a question.
Okay.
And the Honorable Benedict, who is my own lawmaker now, people will come on Facebook, come on the radio, come on the platform to want to make like he and Vice President Kun are enemy. Honorable Benedict can take a phone and call Vice President Kun and they be talking like they are not the people that people fighting for on Facebook, they be talking and be laughing. So what people like people that care about them who categorize certain people as apologies to the vice president, but in actual sense, he is an antagonist to the vice president. Everything that concerns the vice president. So he wants to make it to look like this demon, this nightmare that he is not. It's just so frustrating. We're talking about the reconciliation, talking about Nima unity. We cannot reconcile, we cannot unite when people are just bitter, extremely bitter, angry for whatever reason, nobody knows.
So,
because even if the man reaches out to you, once you are angry, once you are bitter, and say, why it is not me, why it is not my family member, you will not want to reconcile, you always find fault. So I just call on the platform to there. Honorability appear he could not continue his show
before you go
tomorrow. But it does not give Kenabo the grant to just come and say all kinds of lies.
Madam Lorena, before you go, I think you follow the conversation. What say you on Tiawan Glikia post?
Okay, so Jion, the honorable man, I say I'm not friends on Facebook. You can confirm it by there. Go on your page, go in, meet your friend, and you will know we're not friends. I only heard it on the show tonight if you make that statement. And for me, to disagree with somebody to say you shouldn't have done this. I don't know why actually the post is, but if there was anything, any abusive word in that post, I think it was wrong. Even though they are all colleagues, but despite the fact that we are colleagues, me by him, we believe in tradition. Honorable Koga is older than him, and he must respect him. Even if they are the same age, they are two leaders of the country. So, how you call insulting him will not be right if he ever did.
No, he
but
didn't.
I didn't see the post.
He didn't insult him. He didn't.
So what was the concern?
Good. Today,
what makes you a debate?
Today, Honorable Koga visited Alexander Cummings, and then Honorable Cummings posted it on his page, and
I saw that.
Tiawin Glikia, Honorable Tiawin, don't want Tiawin Glikia, took to his Facebook page now, like crying on the Nima people that Honorable Koga is betraying them because he went to greet another leader of the country. But since you didn't see the post, I will share it in the group chat maybe tomorrow when you appear. You can have your
one. With that, I don't know why it's an issue for Senator Koga to visit Mr. Cummings, because in the first place, it's not a strange meeting. It is not a stranger to some of us that Mr. Cummings wanted Senator Koga, then Representative Koga, to be his running mate, and he refused. He said that would be against the people of the interests of Nima, because on behalf of Nima. Say that?
No. Go ahead. In 30 seconds.
Yeah, so for me, so if they are reconnecting for whatever reason, or he just decided to go visit him, maybe because after he interview yesterday on Spoon, he decided to visit him. I mean, the Constitution provides that anybody can support, can go to anybody, put realign and will always continue in every political setting. So even Tiawa, I mean, I call him Honorable Glick here. Once upon a time, he must have in ANC, now in MDR. So should they say why is he in MDR today? So I don't know why is he of concern to him. You even have to go take to his Facebook page to store his data to be writing those things. But for me, I wouldn't make it a problem unless one discussed in a meeting. Then now you maybe there to be a problem that will derive from it. But to just say somebody, I mean, I mean, Lorena, I don't see anything wrong with that because I can even visit any other person if I want to.
Thank you.
Because you don't even know the nature of that visit.
Thank you.
That's what I would say.
Thank you, ma'am. Hopefully tomorrow you join us on the show. I miss you a lot, you know. You not being here tonight.
Yeah, I charged my computer tonight. I didn't charge it, so the phone gave me here. So but I will be able to use my computer tomorrow.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much for joining. Now, Siawete, let's hear you. We have they get something a name for them. Siawete, please help me. Is it state actor or state or state man?
Statesman.
Senior state actor. Senior state actor.
Okay, senior state actor. We got a senior state actor here tonight. So, Siawete, you want to go in front of the senior state actor, or you want to?
I mean, let's discuss the issue now. What happened? The senior state actor.
Okay, let's give you the opportunity. Let's hear you, Chief.
Yeah, welcome. Komekoto, I mean, it's a pleasure to be on the show.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, it's good that you are here. It's good. And good evening to Sadra. I know you are driving home. Yeah, you know, the conversation, Junior, like I always said, Nimbines, we need to be a little, you know, slower, like I would say. Honorable Glikia post. That's why I wanted, you know, Kerebo to be here. Most time, the conversation, you know, when you are leader now, like the way the vice president is, sometimes you even take responsibility that you are not even to, or you take blame for what you are not even in the know of. So sometimes that's how it is. But you know, like people Marvelson said, you know, in politics, I think Gafwan or one of these politicians, they say we alarm and realign.
Gafwan.
Yeah. So I mean, politics and the way I see politics now, the little time I've been around, I think the exuberance and the anxiety in some of, you know, some citizens actually in Liberia and trickling down to Nimba, I think is unbecoming. And if we're not careful as a country, I think we will not be doing well for ourselves. And Honorable Glikia is no way a staffer to the vice president. So sometimes when people make this statement, I think we also need to reach out to them. I think on Sarah's occasion, we have brought leaders on the show. I reached out to Honorable Glikia on training issues that he had to make a position onto as well. He had not come on the show. So to me, in my mind, to even blow trumpet of, you know, Senator Koga going at Cummings Place. Senator Koga is a senator. He got his right to, I mean, go to visit whoever he wants to visit. We don't know the intent of the visit. When we should have getting the conversation of the, if Kumi has said, oh yes, you know, I've discussed with Senator Koga this conversation, then of course. But in my mind, I mean, like the vice president always told us, it is now time to govern. Liberia and even President Bouaka, he keeps saying 2029 is still far away. Look, the conversation we got in this country will start 2027, 2028, the main conversation. What will happen in 20? Look, Honorokun was nowhere in the perimeter when he was choosing as a vice running mate. Who knows? So I mean, there will be, and what I want to say here with no apology is that Onoglikia is a leader. What they need to do, what militant, he's not a militant now.
No, militant.
A leader. So if he are even place call to Onorokun, in fact to Onokoga, that would have been put to bed. Oh man, so what happened? As a matter of fact, Onokoga was the chairman for them. Onokoga in his own political ways, when the time reaches, we'll go at the barricade. He takes his side, we take our side. But at this point, everyone are alarming and re-alarming. And I wanted Kerebo to be on the show because sometimes when he speaks, for me, I don't get annoyed, but I actually love him to be on the show because when we are discussing different topics, he would just come, the vice president. And sometimes it just get annoying because I think he's a student of statistics, and people who are statisticians, they play with numbers and with data. But he comes here, he just based on rumors. He talked about Senator Johnson because the way he got power was during the war. And it seems Senator Johnson was the one who liberated the people of Nimba. Today, he outburst against the vice president is the repeated defeat of a family member. You cannot attribute that. We live in a democratic state. You said that in America, after a few days, you want to make case. And I always told him, too much hate sometimes it don't make you to progress. I always told you on this show, the essence of this show is to create the maximum information, to give the real information to the people. We don't dwell on rumors here. As a student of economics, I will not sit here, Kerebo can here, speak without data, then every time he leave. No. When he speaks, he should leave here and have the argument. In fact, Onokopo does not work in the office of the vice president either. They are all associates of the vice president. They support the vice president in his political, endeavor in 2023. So we are speaking to these people. It's good that we speak to them directly because as we speak right now, I think Onoglikia is not even in country. Onoglikia took on to his own Facebook page. We have invited him on this platform, I think more than 2 times. So I don't even battle him now for that. So our leaders too should not flame the fire, and at the end of the day, to extinguish the fire, it become a problem. That's my problem. We got a very huge tax as a county, and we must be blunt with this. As a leader, you don't talk much. You talk, at the back. For me, that's my little 1 cent advice. So I think it's important sometimes when we come here, the information, sometimes why it is true the vice president take the greater responsibility. Like DK said tonight, all of those guys, we will even go on Facebook, we read all of those things. At the end of the day, the greater responsibility is with the people. And who are we discussing? They are all the leaders. And at the end of the day, we'll get a marching order on our leaders, whether on our Koga, on our Kun. For me, it's still early, so I don't even want to even drag myself into anything that I feel, we flame the fire. I want to play a leadership role. But sometimes when we come on the show and people divert from the conversation, that's where I got issue with. So
thank you.
Just do, Kerebo, that probably that end up making. When you not call Vice President Kuni, you'll not go to bed. So you come on the show. So that's why he said he wanted to hear from him before he can speak. And for me, I'm just who I am. Grace is just grace. Nothing else he can do about, Onorokun ascendancy to what position he is, because he's blessed from the level he's come from a store, tablet, and then to where he is. Nothing else he can do. So sometimes when he's speaking, sometimes he need to provide the data. And from here, I will call him so that I'll screenshot until he can send it. Then when we come now, we'll just take one day and just discuss Onorokun and Kerebo, their history, then we'll know now where we're really heading, for that. Thank you, Gian.
Thank you so much. Shadrach, what say you on this post? If you have anything, then
Mama, you want keep the state actor? Shadrach,
So let me just come in. I have not come to stay long. Let me say good afternoon. I just give a single reason and to respond to the veteran, the former development superintendent, who happened to be a partisan. You know, before I address the issue, let me be frank to you. Our working government, we focus on policy issue, we focus on how we settle the bread and butter issue. So we have not started political campaign period yet. And it's incumbent upon us, we are providing education, we are providing leadership for the people, not to engage into any campaigning. Because tomorrow the people will be asking you what would they do for them. They will not be asking you, oh, why you can't run campaign this. So those that are in campaign mode now, let them be in campaign mode. It's quite spectacular that people Calebo will leave. But I think Calebo is one of the dangerous species in the matter of. I can quote messages, I can show you text messages between Calebo and myself that he has sent me a lot of time, but he and Dor and again, I would like for him to take that fight to Yahweh Mesona or Gaius Zombie. The too much bitterness on him. He just using you don't need because he want to call. If you don't need, you don't need. They will say why only his sister. So the bottom line is he want to speak for his sister. So to make it balanced, he will prefer to call on you don't need. But again, it's not an issue. So my real issue is senior brother. Yeah. Who have never said he want to be president? The president of this country is Joseph Imam Baka. Per the constitution, Joseph Baka is eligible to contest 2 terms. I hear you saying the vice president, we shouldn't throw the thing away, and the woman is old. Baka will live for another 10 or 15, 25 years.
No. I want to make a statement clear so you can speak. Okay? Because for me, I'm an insider. Those of you who are state actors, you should not make the work difficult for us 2023. Whoever is on the ticket doesn't concern me.
Like why we avoid the edit campaigning, the edit politics for now. So
we blowing too much.
The issue in Nima is always the happening in Nima. During pre-transit time, our one of those persons that fought him. And thank God today, we settled our issue before he died. May his soul rest in perpetual peace. I'm one of those persons that disagree with Honorable Kun. But again, Nima have a history. You don't expect everybody to support. You don't expect everybody to support. Senator Koga is taking a lead today. Even giving intelligence that Senator Koga visited the vice president today. Yes, he visited the vice president today. He visited the vice president today. So the issue of few people who have because if you want to direct your fight, you say you president aspiring. You want to direct your fight to the presidency. But you can't be directing your fight to the vice president and say that you want to contest for the vice president position. So like I said, I have not come to state on yet. I can tell you for free, one guy will contest for the second time and brother will go for 2 terms. So you have to leave up to the vice president.
I get that.
The vice president who is a homo man that is working with his father because the vice president said the team between him and Boga is not vice president and president is a fatherly and son attitude they are exhibiting. So you have a young homo man who are respected a leader, who a leader are giving a lot of leverage. It has never happened in the history of the country before. During Malasseh, the leverage that Jeremiah couldn't get now, Boga never received it. During President Weirton, the former president, the leverage that Jeremiah couldn't get now, Drew never received it. So your leader, cool man, let him do a work, let him submit himself to a boss man, and let a boss man do everything for you to develop the country. We are.
But man, I'm a Palestinian. I have an opinion. I can come 2023 and say the president is, we need a young person on the ticket. That's my opinion. As a Palestinian.
But you agree, you can say that, but the vice president has never said it. The vice president is not even thinking about that way. The vice president is still supporting his leader, the president, to go for 2029. So let it direct a fight to the president instead of the innocent vice president. So you have to make it point. Again, I will look for a proper time to appear on your studio for to have a lengthy discussion. But let me lead it. Let me lead it with us. No one will agree to chair about the Nima disunity. These are happy. He happy 2005. He happy 2011. He happy 2017. Few group of people with disagree. You don't expect for everybody to agree. You don't expect for everybody to agree. Let people disagree. You let everybody put in one basket, but the vast majority of people are supporting Unity Party. And when they support the Unity Party, means they're supporting the vice president. And when they support the vice president, means they're supporting the vice president, which is the president. Thank you for the opportunity. I will appreciate that you got the information for the next time. I just told to make a short point. Now, thank you.
You can't go just like that. You can't go just like that. You made a point. I wanted to get some clarity on that. You said the president will be contesting 2029.
Yeah, man. Why you want a government official to say? Why you want to ask the question on that one?
No, I wanted to lay the basic on that thing.
I did not cut your basic.
No, shut up, I beg you now. Do not cut me off, I beg you. I want to ask question.
I hope I cut you off.
No, I beg you. You are interrupting me, I beg you. So, what would be your call to people who believe that whenever somebody go to the other side, they are fighting Senator Kun not to become, Vice President Kun not to become president? A lot of people have been posting so many different angles. You know, today you saw it with Tiawan Glukia when he went to Alexander Cummings. You saw that Tiawan Glukia took to his Facebook page, started crying on the Nima people, that it was the vice president who brought this disgrace to the Nima people, and now he's trying to undermine the Nima agenda for 2029. What say you?
So people get ready to express their disenchantment. People get ready to use their Facebook post and post whatever they want to post. But what I'm saying here is the president, Joseph Yuma Boga, who have brought love to this country, who 1 year now more have brought a lot of relief to the country, will contest 2029. So I'm asking El Nimbaye, please support your son Jeremiah, who will still be going as a running mate to Boga, not to show a because. Let me tell you, we Nimbaye, we already get Barney, and they should be clear to every one of us. What you see us putting this ambition forth, other people want to say negative, or other people want to see us Barney. And Jeremiah had never showed that posture. The last time I ever had meeting with Jeremiah, the vice president, he had told us, Mr. Koto, and the rest of you guys, nobody may talk to Senator Kuka, no more talk to Musa Bilide. No, the issue is everybody is showcasing a political screen. When the dust is about to settle, when the real time comes, we will go to Nima, we'll see how best we can. So this is how people vote. Nobody is going to one basket. Everybody get ready to express that feeling, how they feel. Like I said, I'm one of those young parties that did not support Senator Johnson from 2011 or to 2023. I'm on record for that. Even the vice president, but the day we move to the vice president, he has shown to all that we are not even having any political differences. So we the young people, we have to be careful because even the people who join today to attack people for the vice president, you will see tomorrow the vice president will be having dinner on the table. What will you say? They have told one of my young community that come here, do not sacrifice yourself for a politician. Do not go the extra mile for a politician. You can disagree today with somebody, yes, but you must do it at a level that you must get faced tomorrow. So what today, so what get faced today to the vice president, even do our disagreement and we're working together. But I just want to lead them message that then the people stop. They feel politicians they stop thinking that the president, the vice president will contest in 2029. No. If his boss say that he will not contest, then the vice president can pull for. But now Boga has never told anybody that he will not contest. The president have told nobody that he will not contest. And if the president contests 2029, Jeremiah will pray that he might carry Jeremiah has running mate for the lower work they have done. And I trust that he has trust and he has far confidence in his vice president, and they are working together very good. So let few people who are in Nima have the perception that the vice president will run, and so they sending all the political BYC, all of the political attack on the vice president to stop this. I didn't see it on the legal post, but if what you say is true, I think on the legal to speak that as a leader. Because according to what I got to say, he's the co-chair on the Nima's Cock-Up. So there should be more discussion, I think, behind the scenes so they can know on Facebook. Let people not make people to see that there's a confusion in Nima. No confusion in Nima. People have disagreed, yes. People have disagreed. When they beat that John, people will fall in line and will decide for the country. Nima is the carrier of this country. We decide where election goes. Once we get our son on the ballot board, that the vice president and his postman will take again, Nima will decide the fate of this country. So I just want to share that. But again, it will be an opportunity for you to invite me another time to council and talk more about ARTB, to talk about more government issue. Not forget about the politics, too much politics. I campaign time. The football are in a campaign, they've been in a campaign for all. We are providing a brand, but we are providing policy. We are tackling issues that affect our people because the people voted for all to bring a change, and the change is coming gradually. And we will be more focused on our change instead of going to politics. Let the opposition then go in that campaign more. Let it go in that politics. For now, we government officials, we that work with the government, we have come to serve our people, and we are serving diligently to see how best we can improve this country that Mr. We are damaged in every aspect. So thank you.
Thank you. A politician will never leave politics. So, Shadrach, take us home, Chief.
Thank you. For me, I think for Honorable Guy post, many speakers always spoke about it, so I don't want to repeat. The same thing in English. They wouldn't add the quality wrong answers. So my person spoke a little bit about it. Other speakers spoke about it. So what I want to say here today is, on our platform to us, one, let us not accommodate whatever panelists or hosts and can say and leverage things against other people and just go. If you can't say something, remain, other people address you the way you address other people. I'm speaking directly to Kalepo, one go.
Why are you putting my host inside the team?
I said, whether panelists or hosts or guests, if you come on the show, if you address issue, you stay. People redress your concern before you leave. You don't come send news a lot of allegation, without facts and just leave. And you expect people to believe in you what you said is the only opinion or the right thing you said to the public. Some don't believe or don't work with that and don't listen and just let somebody go. On our people that share with you, said he's speaking out of frustration, and you cannot fight grace. When someone are born to be engineer, no matter how the person struggle for school fees, they will still get one day that to that level. God designated to be that particular person. So if his family have failed to obtain a elected position in NEMA, it doesn't mean that you always speak against people out of hate referred to our politics. Your family have served in government, including you that's speaking. You have never given an account to the public you serve to know how best you perform there. And unfortunately, you even serve on your own brother. You guys use country money at your will. Your brother said, so better you feel the green Sunday, no question. Conflict of interest. Nepotism. You got parties. You sat on the show and discussed it, you agree that yeah, that's true. Why you keep coming with one person name when you say you basic 10 years, but 1 year the name Jeremiah Kuhn, you will come just say anything you say without any fact or information for even a later who does not understand ABC to say what you say is true. Now you can't sit in front of level-headed people. You see only a one get control all black and white, and you can't talk anything and hang up to go. I think we should start encouraging that. If it comes to panel, the way we all sacrifice will sit here. When you talk your own, you remain all people talk their own. Don't do it. That's also they respect. You can't talk any kind of thing that you get. You basic. You think we have basic too? We go to office. We can't sit now by here because you can't say something. You leave. You say other people say that when you analyze it and respond to it. So it can be a disrespect by him to come even using the word Jeremiah or 5% or Kum. Only because Jerry has defeated his sister 4 times in a row. So he has not he's not speaking because of Jerry. I don't want to name people or the Liberia people, but he's speaking out of frustration. And the sister Paul, she led our country for years. I never get account of all the people still there. We don't know what happened to our how they use our country money. You want to you can't talk it. They want use you need to know Jerry say these are lies. I don't want to even publish it to say it's true. You want to ask me? You want to ask me? You want to ask me? Yeah, let me ask you. I know you ask me. So let me finish you ask me. So and see what they say. There is a platform that is monitored worldwide, not just Nema, not just Monrovia, but worldwide. So if you come in to speak, bring fact as a nose statistician, you they say they believe in data. You teaching a mathematician, you can't speak in their news, blanket statement. John say I can't call her name. Peter say I can't call her name. You think who will believe talking about no fabricated lies? We do is step people who making sacrifices, making society better for other people to survive, even your family members surviving through their efforts. Then you can't sit on internet to because you get leverage of 2-3 minutes to say anything you want to say, freedom of no speech. We agree, but be objective. As a line person, you in classroom, so that you cannot infuse that kind of sentimental attitude in the people you're teaching. Ask a question.
Yeah, it was a great show. It was really a good one tonight. I wanted to ask about the other report, who conducted it and where is it now? Because I think it should be the responsibility of the past or the current superintendent to bring that to our attention. But I don't know if you are saying it is in the corner and we have no idea of it. Then I don't think it is the responsibility of Madam Ide to bring it to our attention. It is the responsibility of the former superintendent or her immediate successor at that time to release the report to the public.
So I'm not saying she's supposed to bring the other people. I said they said our county and the other people have never come out yet. They stay hanging, and we yet to know what they did with our county money. So her brother should not come on the show to behave that the family member they are injured and they are not doing anything in the country, or they are right always to come and denigrate other people, lie about other leaders who even doing very well. You know, when people fail in society, they will hang their problem on other people that are not the best, because they got no hand to show in Nima. With all they bought the land, the boasting of they are the best in Nima, nothing they can show. So why he said that we couldn't build a hospital after his daughter and mother, the laboratory they built in their home. We didn't after another father, they didn't want government with the white government. The money they use that pay. If a tax money they use to pay that to build that laboratory. Why they couldn't use the government need?
Thank you.
Because
thank you. So guys, it has been a wonderful show tonight. A really good one. Tomorrow our guest will be Honorable Musa Hassan Belete. We should have had him here tonight for the conversation, but then his network was not really okay, so we're going to bring him here tomorrow to serve as the guest for the show. Have a pleasant good night.